Hello everyone, today we're looking at one of these. This is a Motorola MR30 or MR30 as it was known. This is actually not the original packaging. As you can clearly see, this is a reconditioned one, but Orange did sell these as new phones, just reconditioned, and they were a lot cheaper than the brand new ones, just because someone had used them before. They did give you a warranty on these, and this is how they came, I guess. These were all sold as Just Talk, which is their brand name for prepay or pay-as-you-go, as it clearly says there. It says no yearly contract, no monthly charges, no credit check, no expiry dates, no service charges on any vouchers. Calls from as little as 5 pence per minute or 5 cents a minute, which at the time was actually quite cheap for a prepay, because prepays were normally about 3 times as much off peak. But anyway, let's take a look inside. This is what the box looks like. A nice orangey sort of logo. Of course, nowadays Orange doesn't exist anymore. It's all been rebranded to EE or Everything Everywhere. And then merged with T-Mobile or Mercury One-to-One, as you might have seen some of the old phones that I've got on here. So straight off the bat, you got just before you start, little pamphlet about your SIM card. Doesn't really interest me, that. You got an Orange book. This is your manual. It just tells you how to pop the battery on and put the SIM card in and whatnot. A menu structure and what you'd expect to see on the display. These were basic phones. This phone is based on the Motorola Flare, which I must have about half a dozen of somewhere. I have yet to find them in storage though, which is really strange, because I got a couple of Flares with like engineering menus and everything on them, and I don't know where they are. But the Flare is basically a teletac. It's a microtac without the flip, basically. This is what the phone looks like. Ignore the post-it note with the number. That's just a personal reference to me. And this is what you got phone-wise. It's got a pull-out antenna, real short, because it's obviously GSM1800. The GSM900 models of the Flare, which is what this phone inherently is, did have the slightly longer antennas, because obviously the difference in frequency is relevant to the antenna length. So let's take a look inside. You obviously got the phone. They gave you a brand new NiCad battery, which by my standards doesn't really hold much value. This will be the original, and this actually I don't think has ever been used, because the feeling on that is real nice. It's all sandpaper and everything. So I don't expect this phone has been used, because I did buy it as a backup for when a relative came to visit, and they never wanted to carry a big bulky phone, so they never used it. You obviously got the charger for it. Motorola gave you this travel charger. You didn't get the standard desktop shoe that you'd get with a lot of the more expensive Motorola's. You got a nice desktop shoe cradle where you could charge the phone in the battery, and then a second slot for the battery. You just got this travel charger, which plugged straight into the phone. Some of y'all might recognize that connector. That works on a lot of Motorola's, a lot of the international range. I think this actually might also work on the Motorola Elite as well, which is an AMPS model, which I know I have yet to do a video about, but I haven't dug them all out. I've dug some out, but not all of them, so I must have at least about 15-20 of them. So but anyway, and you got the original SIM card. This is the original SIM card. This is how SIM cards came back in the day. None of that pop out that you see nowadays, which like for example this obviously can pop out, and this is a standard size pop out. If you take something a little bit newer, I haven't got anything to hand actually. Like for example, this is a no longer valid SIM, because Sainsbury's Mobile obviously went bust or whatever, they cancelled. But you can clearly see that on here you can pop out the little SIM, the bigger SIM out of the credit card size SIM. But anyway, so this is how they came basically. Nowadays you wouldn't ever get that, and it told you what it featured. You could hold 10 SMS messages and 90 numbers on a phone book. 3-volt is just a kind of technology it used. So I'm not going to use that, because I'm pretty sure it's not got a service. I'm going to use my bunch of test SIM cards and see if we can try and place a call. The these are all test SIM cards. Oh, hello. There's a whole bunch of SIM cards that I use just for trying out these old cell phones. Why won't that go in? Basically, and I keep them alive every so often. I place a call on them or send a text, and it keeps them alive, and it stops them going into disconnection. Basically, I put a fat battery on there because I haven't got any slim ones that are charged up, but you're gonna have to make do with this blue cellophane on here because I'm not taking it off because I want the phone to stay in new shape. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says welcome to Orange, searching. Now this is a GSM1800 phone only, or this particular model. So this will still work in pretty much Europe, Africa, Middle East, Asia, Australia. This phone will not work anywhere in America or Canada. So that's North America, Central America, or South America, because they use GSM1900 amongst other things. So you got roaming because obviously Mercury 1-to-1 is the network, and we put an Orange SIM in there so it thinks it's not on the home network, but it actually is. So go through the menu real quick. You got menu options, and you got call related features, phone setup, always interesting. Just ring volume, ringer on or off, set ringer type, that's always a good one. So you got a standard tone and a whole bunch of tones. We'll stick with a standard one. I'm not sure which one of those I hate the most, but I think they're all awful. Jesus. So, but anyway, phone lock. That obviously locks the phone. I don't have the lock code to this. I'm guessing it's probably been reset though. So, and actually, I could find it out with my unlocked SIM anyway. But require SIM card pin. That's just the pin activation for the SIM. Pin 2, new security code, extended menus. You want that on, actually. You don't want it off, so we'll put that on. What else we got? Language selection, self-explanatory, really. Battery saving mode, that's on. That's good. Completed. Keypad tones. And that was it, basically. You didn't get much in terms of phone setup. Network selection, that's always a good one. So you got available networks, so that would do a network search. Network search, preferred networks. This was your list of preferred networks when you went outside of your home area. Available networks. So let's have a look and see what it says when it does a network search. I've zoomed the phone quite right up close to the camera, so you guys can see through this little plastic protective doodah thing, whatever it's called, the film. So in the hope that obviously you guys can see. Got a couple of volume buttons there. So, have I just got rid of the network search, have I? By doing that? Yeah, I have. Damn. Okay. Let's try that again. Available networks, scanning. Now, this should just pick up 1-to-1. If it picks up BD Cellnet or Vodafone, that means they obviously have capacity out here where I am currently. Because Vodafone operate GSM 900 and GSM 1800 networks in the UK. GSM 900 primarily, but GSM 1800 where they have a high population density, so just for increased capacity. And obviously they got 3G as well in it, and 4G on top of that. So, but so it looks like, yeah, UK 10, that'll be BD Cellnet. 1-to-1 is UK-30, UK 15, that'll be Vodafone. So pretty old network names there. I don't know if you can see that with the glare, but basically it's only displaying that network because it knows the name of it by name. All the others are UK 15 and so forth. But so anyway, that's network search, really. All straightforward stuff, really, I guess. What else we got? Call meters. Now I expect this to be 0. After there we go. After total for all calls after last week, I found out that my Nokia 2110, which I bought new and never used, actually had 6 minutes on it. God knows how that happened. I'm not even sure. I don't want to think about that. I was under the impression it was a brand new phone. So show call last duration. So yeah. What else we got? Set audible call timers. That's obviously for your minute beep. In-call display, lifetime meter. This is always a good one. Zeros, all zeros. That's good. I was getting worried there. So, and that's pretty much all you got in terms of menu. Network selection, call meters, call related features. What's in there? Show battery meter. That's almost full. Restrict my phone number, call diverting, call waiting, call barring. Interesting though that there's no menu for even reading text messages, which is rather strange because I know these definitely could receive and send messages. That must be not active on this particular SIM card, I guess, because if you scroll right through, you don't get a messages menu. So what happens if you do hit the button for the messages? Message options. Receive messages. Outgoing messages, message editor. So you can send them on here. So where is that menu when you go into the menu? Menu options. I guess they disabled it in the menu off the menu button and just set a dedicated messages SMS button. That incidentally, this button right here is for calling answer phone, your voicemail, basically your voice box. Info gives you basically what does that do? Press menu to access additional features. Okay, that doesn't really tell me much, that. And obviously this button here was for your phone book. Personal numbers, find entry. Let's just put A. I don't expect anything to be in here, but oh, this will be 101 is obviously on the SIM card. So there's nothing else in there. So let's get rid of that. And then that's all I can really show you guys because there isn't much else. So neat little phone, real basic. If you want your basic phones, this Motorola will do you proud. It picks up service real well, and it's basic. You know, this is probably one of those phones that I could recommend if you got an older senior person that don't really want too much menu structure, or they just want something they can punch in the number that to dial and go green. When they're finished talking, they go red, and that's it. Incidentally, you might not know this, but to block the keypad, you press and hold the star, and then you hit the pound key, and that would show you keys locked. And obviously, to unlock, you do the same. Not a lot of people probably know that. Certainly, I didn't when I had my first Flare, and I ran up a rather large bill having this phone on my back pocket and sitting down. So that's all I can say about this. Got a slidey thing there to get the SIM card out, which is full size. A couple of volume buttons, and obviously the charging port there. Not much else I can say. So if you like the phone or the video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Keep the subscriber numbers up. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.